Come with me for a moment if you will. Let us quiet our minds, still our racing thoughts, and breathe deeply. Inhale peace, exhale the day's burdens. Picture a place of profound stillness, a sanctuary untouched by the clamor of modern life. A vast, quiet wilderness stretching as far as the eye can see, under a wide-open sky that seems to hold the secrets of the universe. Here, the noise of the world fades into a distant hum, and all you hear is your own heartbeat, the rhythm of your very existence echoing in the silence. This is where Jesus went after his baptism, a deliberate choice to step away from the world. Alone, completely and utterly alone, for 40 long days and nights. Not as punishment for any wrongdoing, but as essential preparation for the profound mission that lay before him. In this profound solitude, stripped bare of all distractions, he connected deeply with his spirit, seeking clarity, seeking guidance, for the challenging path ahead, the sun beating down by day, the stars offering their silent wisdom by night. Everything unnecessary, every superficiality, stripped away, leaving only the essential. No distractions to cloud the mind, no easy comforts to soften the soul, just the raw, unvarnished truth of his soul laid bare before him. In this quiet, he faced vulnerability, the kind that comes when you are truly alone, and the deepest, most challenging questions of identity and belief arose within him. The wilderness was more than just a geographical place, a barren landscape. It was a profound spiritual journey to the very core of his purpose, his being, his destiny. We all have our own wilderness moments in life in our own way. Times of isolation, uncertainty, and inner testing that push us to our limits. These moments, though difficult, ultimately define us, forging our character in the fires of adversity and deepening our faith in something larger than ourselves. Jesus' retreat teaches us the immense power of stillness, of quiet reflection, and listening intently to the quiet, still voice within, the voice of our intuition, our conscience, our higher self. Hold this image in your mind, a solitary figure, fasting not just from food but from the world, praying for guidance, preparing body, mind, and spirit for what's to come, for the challenges ahead. In the heart of the wilderness, he gathered strength, resilience, and unwavering resolve. Not just for the immediate temptation he would face, but for his entire life's journey, for the long and arduous road ahead. This quiet beginning, this period of intense introspection and preparation, is the solid foundation for everything that follows in his extraordinary life. After 40 days of fasting, a profound spiritual journey marked by discipline and denial, Jesus was deeply hungry, his body aching, yearning for relief. Every fiber of his being cried out for sustenance. In this moment of extreme vulnerability, a point where physical endurance met spiritual resolve, the first temptation appears. "If you are the Son of God," the tempter whispers, "tell these stones to become bread." It's not a call to evil in the traditional sense, not a demand for destruction or malice, but to use his divine power for himself, a subtle nudge towards self-service to satisfy a real urgent need. A need so fundamental, so deeply ingrained in the human experience. How tempting to end the pain, the gnawing hunger with a single word, a mere act of will to prove his identity and weakness, to silence the doubts and quell the physical torment. Our own tests often begin this way, not as grand, earth-shattering dilemmas, but as small compromises for comfort, tiny concessions that erode our resolve. The whisper: use your gifts, your talents, your resources for instant gratification, for immediate relief, put your needs first, prioritize your desires above all else. The appeal is deceptively simple. You're hungry. Here are stones. Make bread. It's a test of the physical self, a direct challenge to the body's demands. Can spirit lead? Can it maintain control when the body cries out in protest? This temptation speaks to anyone who's ever been desperate for relief, anyone who has felt the crushing weight of unmet needs. It urges us to focus solely on the immediate, the material comforts, and forget the bigger picture, the long-term consequences, the higher calling. Our physical needs are undeniably real and often urgent, but the fundamental challenge is whether we allow ourselves to be entirely defined by them or by our spirit, by our values, by our connection to something beyond ourselves. Will we ultimately serve our appetites, our immediate desires, or something greater, a purpose that transcends the physical realm? Jesus' response to this initial test, this pivotal moment, would irrevocably set the tone, the direction for everything that followed in his ministry. The first temptation, to choose the allure of comfort over the demanding path of calling. How does Jesus respond? He doesn't argue or perform a miracle. He answers with quiet strength. Man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word from the mouth of God. He acknowledges his hunger, but refuses to be defined by it. We need bread, but our lives are meant for more than survival. There's a deeper hunger, for meaning, purpose, connection. Jesus reminds us, our spirit needs nourishment from truth and love. In weakness, he remembers his purpose and chooses to feed his soul. This is a lesson for us. Can we pause and choose what truly nourishes us? He will not turn stones to bread. He trusts his needs will be met in the right way. The first victory in the wilderness, choosing the eternal over the immediate. The tempter shifts tactics, targeting pride and ego. Jesus is taken to the temple's highest point. If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for angels will catch you. This is a dare, a challenge to prove divinity with a dramatic display. The temptation to be seen as special, to demand a sign, to make faith a spectacle. It's the ego's desire for recognition, for applause, for validation. We face this too. The urge to have our good deeds noticed, to test God, to seek proof. It's a transactional faith seeking to control the divine. The real test is faith about performance or about humble trust. The temptation is to trade authentic faith for a show. Jesus is asked to use his connection to God as a spectacle. His response to this test of pride would reveal the nature of true faith. Jesus' response is immediate and clear. It is also written, "Do not put the Lord your God to the test." He refuses to play the ego's game or turn faith into a performance. True faith doesn't need dramatic displays or external validation. To test God is to act from doubt, not trust. Jesus stands in humble relationship, refusing to demand a miracle. He chooses quiet trust over spectacle, humility over pride. This is a lesson for us. Our worth isn't measured by signs or applause. Faith is a deep, abiding presence, strong enough to be quiet and humble. By refusing to jump, Jesus affirms faith is not a transaction, but a covenant of love. He will not use faith for self-glorification or treat God as a magician. He chooses humility, remaining grounded and centered. The second test is met. His spirit remains whole. True faith is believing without seeing. The final temptation is the most audacious. The tempter shows Jesus all the kingdoms of the world. All this I will give you if you bow down and worship me. This is the temptation of power, a shortcut to achieving his mission. No suffering, no struggle, just a simple compromise. He could rule the world, end suffering, do good, if he gives up his ultimate allegiance. The lure of the shortcut, the promise of power if we compromise our values. Just this once, bend the rules, it's for a good cause. This is the most dangerous temptation, trading soul for the world. It asks if the ends justify the means, if true power is worldly or spiritual. The offer is a direct assault on Jesus' mission and relationship with God. Rule through control or save through love and sacrifice. The choice, the kingdom of earthly power or the kingdom of God. His answer would define his kingdom forever. At this final assault, the culmination of temptation, Jesus' response is not a negotiation, not a consideration, but a firm and unwavering command. Away from me, Satan. No more discussion. The debate is over. This is a definitive rejection of compromise, a line drawn in the sand. He declares, "Worship the Lord your God and serve him only. There is no other power worthy of devotion, no other master to serve." By this, Jesus aligns himself completely, without reservation, with his divine source, his purpose, and his ultimate destiny. True power comes from singular devotion, from unwavering commitment to the highest good, to the divine will. He will not serve two masters. His heart is undivided, his allegiance is not for sale, his loyalty unyielding. He has faced the test of body, the pangs of hunger, ego, the lure of recognition and power, the seduction of control, and chosen the spirit each time, reaffirming his divine nature. He chooses soul over bread, spiritual nourishment over physical gratification, humility over pride, selfless service over self-aggrandizement, service over dominion, compassion over command. His spirit is stronger than hunger, his resolve unshakable, his humility greater than pride, his heart open to divine guidance, his devotion more precious than power, a treasure beyond measure. With this command, the tempter leaves. Defeated and powerless, the test is over, the battle won. Angels attend him. Ministering to his needs, he has endured and held fast to his truth, unwavering in his faith. He emerges from the wilderness, transformed by the trial, not weakened but strengthened, his spirit refined. He is ready to begin his ministry, prepared to fulfill his purpose, Grounded in a power the world cannot give or take away, a divine connection, the foundation is set for everything to come. The stage is prepared for his mission. We've walked with Jesus through his wilderness and witnessed his strength. Now bring this back to your life. Each of us will face our own wilderness, times of loneliness, challenge, and testing. In those moments, you'll hear your own whispers, satisfy cravings, seek applause, take shortcuts. The question isn't if you'll hear them, but how you'll answer. Where will you find your strength? Jesus' strength came from within, from purpose and faith. He answered temptation with a truth bigger than the moment. What is your truth, your spiritual bread, your core value? Your wilderness is not punishment, but a sacred space of transformation. It's where you discover strength you didn't know you had. It's where you learn to live on more than bread alone, to trust humbly, to choose what you serve. When you find yourself in that quiet, challenging place, remember this story. Breathe. Listen to the still, small voice within. Like Jesus, you can face your tests, make the brave choice, and emerge stronger, ready to walk your own path in the light. Subscribe for more inspiring stories.